Have you ever wondered why some talks make you feel good, while others just don't? What if our conversation isn't about staying calm and understanding better, but about what we choose not to say? By following Buddhist ideas in our daily lives, we can lead happier lives. Let's start a journey into Buddhism today, where we will look at how our words, actions, and silence can lead us to peace and understanding. We're going to learn about right speech. This is a big part of Buddhism. It teaches us to speak in ways that make peace, which will help understand each other and show kindness. In our busy world, where everything we say can be heard by everyone, it's really important to think about how we talk. The way we speak to people doesn't just change how we get along with them. It also changes how we think and feel inside. As we go through these ideas, we'll see why it's so important to pick our words carefully. This can really change our lives for the better. We're going to talk about why it's best to avoid 5 certain things in our talks. These ideas come from Buddhism. When we don't talk about these things, we can find more peace, grow as people, and understand ourselves and others better. From why we shouldn't brag about what we've done to keeping our biggest hopes to ourselves. Each thing we shouldn't talk about teaches us something special. Not talking about these things can sometimes say more than words. We hope you'll think about your own life as we talk about each topic. Think about how changing the way you talk can make good things happen. This isn't just about learning what not to say. It's also about finding out how being quiet at the right time and speaking thoughtfully can be really wise. We want you to watch this whole video to really get what we're saying. And if you like what you learn, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel Wisdom for Real Life. Number 1. Avoid talking about your achievements. Why it's not a good idea to talk too much about our own successes. You might wonder why this matters everywhere we look. Especially on social media, people are sharing what they've achieved, but Buddhism tells us something different and quite special. Buddhism teaches us about ego and how we're all connected when we do something great. It's not just because of us alone. There are always other people who helped us, like our friends, family, or even people we might not think about much. When we just talk about what we did, we might forget about all the help we got. Buddhism reminds us to think about everyone involved, not just ourselves. Let's think about the times we chat with friends or family. We often hear people talking about the great things they've done. It feels nice to talk about our wins. But Buddhism suggests looking at this in a new way. It teaches us to be humble. This doesn't mean we shouldn't feel happy about what we've achieved. It's more about remembering that there's a bigger picture. Here's a story from Buddhism. There was once a monk who did amazing things but never bragged about them. He thought that real achievements don't need to be shouted about. His quiet way showed he was really strong inside. He knew feeling good about what he did was enough, and he didn't need everyone else to know. This story shows us something important. Being happy with ourselves and our good work is what really matters in our everyday life. We can try to do the same when something good happens. Because of us, we can think about others who helped us. Saying thanks to them makes our relationship stronger and makes us feel even better. It's about changing our thinking from I did this to we did this together. Buddha once said something beautiful about this. He talked about having a generous heart and speaking kindly. He said, being helpful and caring to others is what makes the world a better place. This is really about being kind. When we talk about our successes, it's about being thankful for everyone and everything that helped us succeed. It's a great idea to spend some time thinking about how our successes are connected to others. This can make us feel more thankful and humble. So let's remember to talk about our successes in a way that includes everyone who was a part of them. This makes our stories of success and more joyful. As we keep going through these ideas, make sure to stick with us until the end of this video. You'll learn a lot about how being humble can make life better. Next, we're going to explore another important lesson from Buddhism that can change how we talk and think. Number 2. Don't discuss unresolved challenges. Now let's explore another interesting lesson from Buddhism. Why it's a good idea not to talk too much about the problems we haven't solved. Yet this might seem a bit odd at first. We often feel like sharing our worries and the things we're struggling with, especially with our friends or family. But there's a really helpful reason behind this. Teaching from Buddhism shows us how life is always changing, and it teaches us to accept the way things are right now. When we have challenges that we haven't figured out yet, talking about them over and over can make us feel more anxious. It can make us think too much about what might go wrong in the future. Instead, Buddhism tells us to focus on what we can do right now. This helps us stay calm and not get too stressed about things we can't control. Think about the last time you faced a big problem. Maybe you talked about it a lot with different people. Did that make you feel better, or did it sometimes make you worry even more? Buddhist suggests that instead of talking about these problems all the time, we should try to find peace with where we are at the moment. It teaches us that even if things aren't perfect, we can still find moments of calm and happiness. This doesn't mean we should ignore our problems instead. It means we should focus on what we can do right now to make things better. Step by step, by doing this, we stay in the present and work on solutions without getting lost in work. This is a really positive way to deal with challenges. Let's share a story that reflects this idea. There was once a person who faced a big challenge at work. Instead of talking about it all the time, they focused on what they could do each day to improve the situation. This helped them feel more in control and less worried. It's a great example of how we can handle our problems in a helpful way. Buddha taught us to find peace in the present moment. He said that when we accept how things are right now, we can find true peace. This is really about being okay with what's happening now. Even if it's not perfect, it's about understanding that everything changes and our problems won't last forever. So in our daily lives, let's try to accept our challenges and work on them, bit by bit. This will help us stay focused and feel less stressed. It's about finding little things we can do right now to make things better, instead of worrying about everything at once. Remember, as we go through more of these Buddhist teachings, it's important to watch until the end of this video. You'll learn a lot about how staying calm and focused can really improve your life. And if you're finding these ideas helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our Wisdom for Real Life channel. Your support helps us bring more of these useful lessons to you. In our next part, we'll look at another valuable teaching from Buddhism that can change the way we think and live. Number 3. Refrain from boasting about good deeds. In our journey through Buddhist wisdom, we now come to a very special idea, keeping our good deeds to ourselves. It might sound a bit unusual today. We often see people sharing what good they have done on social media or with friends, but Buddhism teaches us something different, something really kind. When we do something nice like helping someone out, it feels good to let others know. We might think it shows we kind people. But there's something even more special about doing good things quietly. It's about helping just because we want to make things better, not because we want others to see us as good. This way, the good deed becomes even more meaningful. Buddhism really values doing good things without looking for a reward. It's like giving a gift and not waiting for a thank you. This way of doing things changes why we help. It stops being about getting praise and starts being about spreading kindness just because it's a good thing to do. Think about a time when you did something nice for someone without telling anyone. Keeping this act of kindness a secret gives you a unique kind of happiness. It's like having a special secret that only you and the universe know. This reminds us that the best part of helping is the helping itself, not the thank you. That might come later. Buddha said something really nice about this: do good things again and again, and you'll be filled with joy. He meant that the real joy comes from the act of giving, not from what we get back for it. We can try this in our daily life. We can look for chances to help others without making a big deal about it. Maybe it's doing something kind for a neighbor, or helping someone we don't know. The important thing is not to expect a reward or even a good job from others. Of course, it's still nice to say thank you when someone else does something kind, but when we're the ones doing good, there's something really beautiful about keeping it quiet as we keep exploring these ideas. It's important to watch this video to the end. You'll learn a lot about how these teachings can make life better. Next, we'll look at another important Buddhist teaching that can change how we see and do things in life. Number 4. Avoid discussing resentment. In our journey through Buddhist teachings, we now come across a very important idea: why it's better not to talk too much about our bad feelings towards others, known as resentment. It's something we all face. Sometimes people upset us and we hold on to those feelings. But Buddhism offers a different way, a way that brings more peace to our lives. When we keep talking about the things that upset us, it's like going through those bad times again and again. This doesn't just make us feel down, it can also spread those unhappy feelings to others. Buddhism teaches us that hanging on to these negative feelings doesn't help. It keeps us looking back at unhappy times instead of enjoying what's happening. Buddhism is all about forgiveness and moving on. This doesn't mean forgetting or saying that everything was fine. It's about not letting those bad feelings control us. When we let go of our grudges, we make space for happier thoughts and feelings. Imagine a time when you were really mad at someone. Maybe you talked about it a lot. Did talking help? or did it keep the anger alive? Buddhism suggests trying something else, letting go of those feelings. This is a big step towards feeling better inside. We can try this in our day-to-day life, when we're upset instead of focusing on the hurt. We can try to understand what happened and find ways to get past it. It's a journey, and it takes time, but little by little, we can learn to leave those hard feelings behind. Buddha had a wise way of putting this. He said that being angry is like holding a hot coal to throw at someone else. We are the ones who get burned. This tells us that staying mad hurts us more than anyone else. It's a strong reminder to let go for our own good. How do we start to let go? It starts with trying to see things from the other person's point of view. And we also need to be kind to ourselves, allowing ourselves time to heal. It's about being gentle with ourselves and others. Letting go of being mad doesn't mean we let people walk over us. It means we stop letting those bad past experiences control how we feel now. We take back our power by choosing to be peaceful and understanding, not angry and hurt as we keep going through these ideas. It's really important to watch this video to the end. You'll learn a lot about how letting go of being mad can really change your life. And if you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to click like and subscribe to our Wisdom for Real Life channel. Your support means we can keep bringing you helpful lessons like this. One coming up next, we'll look into another helpful lesson from Buddhism that can change the way we see and do things in our lives. Number 5, keep your deepest dreams private. In our fascinating journey through Buddhist teachings, we come across a very thoughtful idea. It's often best to keep our biggest dreams and goals just to ourselves. This might seem a bit different, as especially when many of us are used to sharing everything, but this idea has a lot of wisdom in it. Buddhism talks a lot about looking inside ourselves and understanding our own path, our big dreams. Those really important things we want in life are very special. They're like tiny seeds we plant inside our minds. Just like seeds need the right care to grow, our dreams need a safe space, a space where they're not affected by what others think or say. When we tell everyone about our deepest dreams, we open them up to all kinds of reactions. Not all reactions are helpful. Sometimes people might not believe in our dreams, or they might tell us what they think we should do, even if it doesn't feel right for us. This can make us start doubting our dreams or make us think we should change them. Keeping our dreams to ourselves keeps them safe and lets us stay true to what we really want. Buddhism also shows us the strength in quiet goals when we keep our dreams in our heart. It's like making a silent promise to ourselves. It's not about hiding our dreams, it's about keeping them pure and true. By keeping our dreams private, we learn to rely on ourselves. We look inside for the push we need, not outside. This helps us grow stronger in who we are and what we want, without worrying about what others think. Thinking about our dreams quietly also helps us see them clearer. Without other people's opinions making noise, we can hear our own thoughts better. We understand what we really want and what we need to do to make it happen. Another beautiful part of this teaching is about the joy of our own journey. When we keep our dreams to ourselves, every little step towards them becomes a secret wins. These quiet wins feel really good. They remind us that working towards our dreams is just as important as reaching them. Buddhism reminds us too that life changes, and so can our dreams. Keeping our dreams private means we're okay with them changing. We're ready to adapt. This flexibility is a big strength. So as we move forward, think about your own dreams. Keep them close to your heart. As we conclude, maybe you found some new ideas that you want to try, or maybe you've learned a different way to look at things that are happening in your life. Learning and growing is something that never stops. Every single day is a chance to learn. I really hope these Buddhist lessons have given you something to think about. Maybe they've even inspired you to make some small changes in how you talk or how you think about things. If you like these lessons, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our Wisdom for Real Life channel. Your likes and subscribes help us keep bringing you more helpful and inspiring content. Remember, these teachings are something you can think about and practice every day. Thank you for watching.